Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. Kudos and shout out to Kwame Brown, man. Kwame Brown, man. Kwame Brown, man. Over the past couple of days, man. He didn't like when I say he didn't broke the internet. He broke the internet. This man went from like 20,000 to 100,000 followers, subscribers, in less than 4 days. That's big. And kudos to him. Kudos to him. But I want to talk about something that he talked about and that I talked about. And particularly images and the imagery and the way they try to portray a black man, like I say, when he stand up for himself. Like I say, these words people try to create for you. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to show you something. This is just real talk. I feel like I got to show this because I'm the type of person, I look at stuff in a different perspective. But I'm going to show you something, and this is what I mean by, rooting against your own for another person. And instead of being a fan and being a fanboy. But nevertheless, but that's how they always done black men. A lot of them see black men as a boy. And they think you ain't supposed to stand up to yourself. They think you ain't supposed to defend yourself. You just supposed to sit up there and take it. Now, like I say, now all of a sudden Stephen A. Smith been quiet. And then Stephen A. Smith think he's slick, all of a sudden, over the past few days, he been getting called, the C word. He been getting called a coon and a sellout. So he tries to do this stuff where he tries to say, no, I'm finna show you. So now all of a sudden he hollering about Tim Tebow getting back into the NFL is white privilege. Like he think he's slick, but we already see right through Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like clear vodka. You can see right through him. So he trying to play that role. Nah, Stephen A., we know what's up with you. We know what's up. It's not working. But the media have this thing. They, and Colin Cowherd said it himself, which showed me that I knew he was what I suspected he was, which was a white supremacist. He sat up there and said, well, I feel like athletes shouldn't respond to us. Why? That was typical because I'm white and I say so, and typical a white supremacist thought process. Their pathology. We could talk about you. Don't say nothing back. And like I say, they've always tried to do that. Anything to suppress our views and our train of thought, to keep us from speaking back. Like I said, they used to try that with me. On a regular basis, but it didn't work. Like I said, any black man that's listening, like I said, there is a time where you should ignore people, but then they come a time where you have to defend yourself. Kwame Brown sat up there and took verbal abuse for years about him being a bust and all this stuff. Well, Kwame Brown played at least 12 years in the NBA. He played long enough to where he can get a pension. He's going to get a pension when he hits a certain age. Okay? Now, he was the number 1 overall pick. Now, keep in mind, it's not like the anticipation for him going number 1 was all that high. Remember that. Okay? People were scratching their head when he got picked number 1. But he been the butt of all jokes. And Kwame Brown said something that resonated with me and a lot of other people. Because I say this too. You say he a bust, but what about Brian Scannabini? Or what about Adam Morrison? What about, like I said, that Asian dude that got drafted real high? They didn't even last. The Asian dude didn't even last 5 years. Kwame Brown played 12 years in the NBA, so he wasn't that big of a bust. Remember that. That's what people got to remember. That's fact. Okay? And then he never went to a team to where he was really needed to like be a force. You also got to think about, well, hell, what are you going to do to make this player better? It kind of goes both ways. Now, guys like Lonzo Ball, they didn't have their chance. They just inconsistent. They just ain't that good. It ain't never going to be that good. We done seen the best of Lonzo. He already at his peak. He going to always be a mid-teen scorer. He not ever going to put up the numbers Stephen Curry could put up. It's levels to this stuff. And like I said, I'm proud of Kwame Brown defending himself. He sat up there and was the butt of all jokes for years. And now that he responded to people, of course, now they want to play victim. Oh, they don't understand. Oh, he's hurt. And he was spot on about Steven Jackson. Okay? For real. Steven Jackson is a fake pro-black nigga. Like a lot of these YouTuber niggas. Me, I'll talk it and I'll walk it. You know, I really am for my people. Okay? Instead of him saying, you know, he apologized, he sat up there and tried to tear him down even more. He proved this point, which he did. But that's what these motherfuckers do. That's real talk. But don't y'all remember? They do this to black people on a regular basis. They talk about you. They say stuff about you. They make jokes about you. They try to humiliate you. But then when you clap back, then you're the bad guy. They're the victim. Oh, why did he say what he said? Like some clown came on here trying to defend Jamil Hill. Jamil Hill didn't really say that. Now, well, what about all the other shit she really said about black men? So fuck that bitch. Yeah, I said it, Jamil Hill. Fuck that bitch. I said I wasn't gonna say that no more, but towards black women, but she ain't for us. So why should I respect her who don't respect black men? She have this animosity towards black men because of what happened with her childhood. And that's not the attitude and the mentality to have, especially when you a woman, because at the end of the day, you gonna birth a child eventually. In most cases. And if you have that same vitriol for black men, you gonna put it in your child. And then they wonder why these black men grow up more fucked up than a woman at times. Why they have what you call women tendencies. Because at the same time, you've been made to believe you the man and the father. And that you a better father and a better man than the person that helped you procreate the child. So, man, whatever. But this thing with Kwame, like I said, I'm glad he clapped back. He should have. Like I said, to these black content creators, don't let nobody come on your channel make you feel guilty about responding to certain stuff. Especially when they ain't black. Like I said, who cares what a white person think? Who cares what a Hispanic think? Who cares what an Asian think? Who cares what a non-black think? Don't ever let nobody make you feel bad when somebody constantly attacking you and you have to respond. Like I said, there come times where you have to respond. But when you do respond, you let them have it. But like I said, they did the same thing to Dave Chappelle. And that's what I'm thinking about. Don't you remember what happened when Dave Chappelle abruptly quit the Dave Chappelle show? They did the same thing to him. When he left, they made insinuations that, oh, he wasn't, playing with a full deck. Yeah, he went to Africa. What's wrong with going to Africa? He felt that his show went too far into being a minstrel show instead of being a comedy show. And he said, okay, I can't do this no more. And he walked away. And that's what it was about. Oh, he walked away for like $50 million. He got to be crazy. They did the same thing to Dave Chappelle. They always try to portray you in a certain type of way if you don't follow a script, a life script, a Negro display script. Don't talk back to white mama or zaddy script. So once again, shout out to Kwame Brown. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.